This is Terry Donnelly. I went to Parkway North High School, graduated in 1976, and played on the basketball team at Parkway North. And I think still to this day that we have the finest basketball team that Parkway North had in the last 30 some odd years is what I've been told. So I'm pretty proud of that. At Parkway North and the Parkway School District, I think I've been a tremendous success in my life because of the foundation that the folks in the Parkway School District, the teachers, the counselors, the principals, all cared about each and every student at Parkway North. And I think that foundation put me into a place with confidence and solid ownership of being the person that I wanted to be throughout my life. And I graduated from Parkway North in 1976 and played basketball scholarship to Michigan State University. I went, one of my best stories that I talked about last night with the current high school basketball team is I go from 1 minute to playing guard at Parkway North to 3 months later guarding Phil Ford, the All-American guard from North Carolina. So it was quite a jump. I got thrown right into the fire, so to speak. But I had to learn the hard way. And again, the foundation, the personal experience I had from my coaches at Parkway North, mainly Jim Seifert, he was assistant basketball coach, as well as our head coach, Gary Chaput, which both of those will be here tonight. And it's all about them as far as I'm concerned, because I wouldn't be sitting here today if it wasn't for those two gentlemen. And I'm proud to say that. They've been in the Parkway School District, I think now. Both of them are retired, but both of them were around about 35 years. So those two people need to be honored as far as I'm concerned, because I would have never have made it as far as I did without those guys' help. So went on to Michigan State University. First year was a learning experience. Got thrown to the wolves and guarded a lot of people that I probably shouldn't have been playing, but started all 4 years at Michigan State. And lo and behold, after a miserable season, we end up signing a guy by the name of Earvin Magic Johnson. And I could say the rest is history at that point. So it kind of turned Michigan State around in 1977. He came to State that year along with a couple other very good basketball players. We went from 9th in the Big Ten my freshman year to winning the Big Ten championship the following year. So it was a drastic turnaround. And got beat by Kentucky, which is the team that then went on in 1978 to win the national championship. Matter of fact, it was right here in St. Louis, Missouri. So I was very upset at losing that game. We lost by, I think, 3 or 4 points to Kyle Macy and those guys, or I would have been coming home and playing at the Checker Dome in front of the hometown crowd that year. But I think that catapulted us the following year into Michigan State. We were ranked pretty high, but wasn't picked to win it. Eventually, we had a good season and had a great run in the NCAA tournament, and eventually got to the game today that is called the game that changed college basketball, which was, again, Magic Johnson, Michigan State University, against Larry Bird, Indiana State University. They were 33-0. So that was the game that was catapulted, I think, both college basketball and NBA basketball from 1979 on. We were lucky enough to win that game. I participated very well in that game, scored 15 points in the national championship game, and went 5 for 5 from the field, 4 for 6 from the line, and hit 4 straight key jumpers in the second half to win the national championship. So very proud of that moment. But the base and the foundation that Coach Seifert, Coach Chaput, my wonderful teammates I had at Parkway North, really were the reasons I was able to achieve such a good success at Michigan State University. After that, I went out to some pro camps, tried out, but again, I was 6'2", about 175 pounds, dripping wet, and just wasn't big enough to extend my career beyond that. So had to change gears, went back to Michigan State, graduated and got my diploma at Michigan State my 5th year. Tried a little bit of coaching at Michigan State, coached the junior varsity team. But I think I had enough sports, enough basketball. I've been doing it all my life and wanted to try to experience, another aspect of life and try something new. So picked up and moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and became a stockbroker for Smith Barney in 1982, and got my license. And from 1982 to about 1990, I was in the investment banking business, doing a lot of business with a lot of professional sports athletes that I knew and played against. So it was kind of a nice transition for me to be able to have those friendships and compete against those in a business environment. After that point in 1990, I went to work for my dad, Roger Donnelly, and my brother Brian Donnelly started a small business machine supply business out of Houston, Texas. They'd been doing it in a small way for about 8 years with a lot of former contacts that my dad had when he was working for NCR, and he retired. Went to work for them after the market crashed in 1987. Wanted to try a new experience, thought it'd be nice to work with my brother and my father in a family business. And we've been doing that now, going into our 29th year this year, and we've built the company into a multi-million-dollar nationwide company. So experienced a lot of different things, been in a lot of different business aspects, but my base and foundation that I got as a young kid at Parkway North with the counselors, the teachers, and everybody there really is the reason I'm here, and I'm proud to be a Parkway North Viking.
Wow. What advice would you give students to have your entrepreneurial spirit, to change careers and to just keep going?
I talk about that quite a bit, because if most basketball players today are 6'8", 6'9", they weigh 230 pounds, they run faster, jump quicker, and they're better than I was. I wasn't out there because I was bigger, faster, stronger. I was out there because I studied harder, used my brain a little bit more. I had to use different talents that I had that most athletes don't use, and that's how I competed. And I stayed in the basketball environment as a kid that was 6'2", 170 pounds. So I would say stick to your guns, dream big, and don't worry about choosing anything that you don't think that other people can do, because there's a lot of naysayers out there in this world. And my advice to the young kids at Parkway North is don't believe them, dream high, dream big, and achieve what you think you can achieve, and you'll be a success.